Okay, this puzzle looked adorable, but it totally tricked me. This is the cat puzzle, 300 pieces. And look at this. Look at this. One piece, it's just a giant middle piece covered in actual fake fur. You can pet it. And the cat's head, another giant piece. I thought that this puzzle would be quick and cozy. After all, it is 300 pieces. It was not quick, and I guess it was a little cozy, but honestly, this was way more tricky than I thought it would be. Stick around and see why this cat puzzle put up quite the fight. Hi there, this is Vicki. Thank you for joining us today. If you want more cute cat content, though probably less furry puzzles because this is one of a kind, then please like and subscribe to Puzzles and Purrs. And you will get more cozy puzzles, puzzle reviews, puzzle time lapses, puzzle hauls. I do have quite a few of those. I keep buying puzzles. I do sell them too, but I do buy a lot of puzzles. So if you like all those things, please subscribe and you will get as many puzzles as you wish to see. Okay, let's continue. The cat puzzle. What to say about the cat puzzle? I bought it because honestly, when I saw it, got it at Goodwill, $1.99, and when I saw it, it was so odd and so unlike any other puzzle I've ever seen. It had fur coming out of there, so it's got some fur there, and then the back, you couldn't see what the actual puzzle looked like on the box. This is a Cardinal puzzle. I did not see any information about who was the photographer, but this is the back here. Okay, this is what the puzzle looks like, and just looking at it, it was hard to see. I just thought this was the only furry part, but I discovered when I opened it that the middle cat, his body is furry, and the head was a giant piece. So let's talk about what made this puzzle so tricky, shall we? First of all, there is no poster in the box. When you open the box, you have, try to hold it so I don't, you have giant fur piece here, you have giant head piece here, and puzzle pieces. But there was no poster. What does that mean exactly? Well, most puzzles are more difficult when they don't have a poster. This one was extremely difficult because the only picture I had to refer to was that one, which is all well and good if you're dealing with the middle cat and the two big pieces. But if you're trying to puzzle all of these cats and all of that fur, it is quite a lot. So that was very frustrating to me and made this puzzle take a lot longer than a traditional 300-piece puzzle would normally take me. So let's talk about the pieces and the quality of the cat puzzle. So I'm going to put these two pieces aside right now just because I don't think that they actually speak much to the quality of the puzzle, just because they're such outliers. So let's put those aside and look at the pieces. So one of the things that I noticed right away about this puzzle was it was kind of a mix between a grid cut and a random cut. Actually, you know what? It was, now that I remember it, because I did this a few weeks back, it was a random cut puzzle, a grid cut puzzle that had odd pieces, odd shaped pieces that went around the cat. So as you can imagine, if you are making a puzzle that has to go around this cat, you cannot have grid cut pieces. So the ones that went around were pretty easy to identify because they looked a little weird. And I'll show you kind of what I mean. Like that. And let's see. But I'll show you the other pieces while I'm doing that. So you have got the three like this. You've got your two piece like that. There are some, oh, this guy. You could also see pretty much a cute cat there. So it's your standard puzzle pieces. with some kind of odd pieces thrown in for good measure. And of course, I can only find that one at the moment. Oh, here's one. Okay, so this is also going around the cat somehow. So the puzzle pieces were on the thinner side, and I'm using a good amount of force, and I really can't bend them. But if you're used to higher quality puzzles, then you will find these pretty thin. So just a plain brown cardboard, tan cardboard backing. And the picture on the puzzle, where I started was, obviously I always start with the edges, so I did that. And then there were parts of the puzzle that had words on them. I'll show you those. So I started with all the words first because they were the easiest to identify because they were in different colors and things like that. So, and even the ones that didn't have words on them would sometimes have a little remnant of the speech bubble. See that little green there? And so they kind of helped tell me where they went. After that, it was honestly a free-for-all. I just divided the cat fur by colors and tried working the cats that way. So, I mean, they do have a good variety of colors. So I worked the red cats, the black cats, and then there's some that just fit a lot of different things. Like there's gray cats, but then there's ones that are white, but they have grayish. So it was a little challenging, but I have to say the puzzle was not awful. I think if I'd gone into it with the mindset that it was going to be a little more challenging, I would have had a better time with it. When I saw 300 pieces, I'm like, oh, this could be easy peasy. I'm going to do it really fast. And that was not the case. So I think if I'd gone into it with a better mindset, I would have had a better time. But it was not an unenjoyable puzzle. So you're probably wondering, where does this come in? Well, if you stick around, you will see the time lapse when I'm done talking about the puzzle, and you can see how it all fits together. But yeah, this is very odd. I will say when I was all done with the puzzle, I put my cat on the puzzle and I thought she would take great interest in this big furry cat, and she was having none of it. So cats are pretty smart. I mean, I don't even know what she thought this was, but she certainly did not think it was a cat. And I will say what it feels like, what the body feels like is if you've ever had a winter hat that has like a pom-pom on it, or a winter jacket that has a hood with fake fur trim, this is what this feels like. So, oh, and it does shed, by the way. When I was finished with the puzzle, there were shedding pieces on my puzzle board. So, other than that, do I recommend this puzzle? Yeah, why not? I think that at $1.99, certainly recommend it. But I think even if you see this puzzle, it's so weird that I recommend if you're a cat lover, give it a try. It's definitely a different puzzling experience. I recommend it. So the cat puzzle, please stay tuned and enjoy the time lapse and see how all the pieces came together, and you can actually see a bigger version of the picture, which will be nice. When you are done, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Also, please follow us on Instagram at Puzzles and Purrs. We'd love to have you there. I share some different content there, and it's just a great way to see behind the scenes of our little puzzle channel. So thank you very much for joining us, and have a great rest of your day. Bye. Enjoy the time lapse. Don't leave yet. Bye.